The day of the sun, the shadow, and the shade. A very sunny morning. It's a very sunny morning. The sky is blue. There are no clouds. The sun is bright and strong. Lucas wakes up early. He looks at the clock. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Lucas lives in a small town. The town is quiet. There are trees, small houses, and a big square in the center. Lucas opens the window. The sunlight enters his room. The room becomes bright. Today is going to be hot, Lucas says. He gets out of bed. He brushes his teeth. He washes his face. Then he eats breakfast. He drinks coffee. He eats bread with butter. After breakfast, he puts on a t-shirt and jeans. Lucas looks at the floor. He sees his shadow. My shadow is on the floor, he says. It's, it's long, the first shadow of the day. Lucas goes outside. The sun is low in the sky. Because of that, his shadow is long. He walks on the street. His shadow walks with him. When he stops, the shadow stops. When he moves, the shadow moves. Lucas, Lucas laughs. My shadow is my friend, he says. He sees a dog. The dog also has a shadow. The dog runs. The shadow runs too. Lucas looks at a tree. The tree has a big shadow on the ground. The tree makes a shadow. Lucas thinks. He keeps walking to the square. Lucas walks to the town square. The square is big. There are many trees. There are many benches. There is a small fountain. People are walking. Some people are working. Some people are sitting. The sun is getting stronger. It is hotter now. Lucas feels calm. Lucas feels warm. His face is hot. His arms are hot. He looks for a place to rest. He sees a big tree. Under the tree, there is a shade. The shade looks good, Lucas says. He walks to the tree. He sits on a bench in the shade, resting in the shade. The shade is cool. The sun does not touch Lucas directly. Lucas feels better. He breathes slowly. This shade is nice, he says. Other people are also in the shade. A man reads a newspaper. A woman drinks water. A child plays near the tree. Lucas looks at the ground. He sees shadows. He sees his shadow. He sees the shadow of the tree. He sees the shadow of the bench. The shade is the place. The shadows are the dark shapes. Lucas does not think about this yet. He just rests. A simple question. After some minutes, Lucas stands up. He walks in the sun again. Now his shadow is shorter. The sun is higher in the sky. Lucas stops and looks at his feet. His shadow is small now. That is interesting, he says. He walks back into the shade. His shadow is still there, but the place is cool. Lucas thinks. What is the difference? He asks himself. Shadow and shade. He decides to observe more, observing the street. Lucas walks down the street again. The sun is very strong now. He sees a tall building. The building makes a big shadow on the street. A car is parked in the shadow of the building. The car is not very hot. A man stands in the shadow of a wall. The man looks tired. Lucas walks a little more. He sees a cafe. In front of the cafe, there are umbrellas. Under the umbrellas, there is a shade. People sit in the shade. They drink coffee. They talk. They smile. Lucas stops. Coffee in the shade. Lucas enters the cafe. He orders a coffee. The waiter smiles. Do you want to sit outside? The waiter asks. Yes, Lucas answers. But in the shade, please. Lucas sits under an umbrella. The shade protects him from the sun. He puts his cup on the table. He looks at the ground. He sees the shadow of the umbrella. He sees the shadow of the table. He sees the shadow of his hand. He moves his hand. The shadow moves. Lucas smiles again, thinking slowly. Lucas drinks his coffee slowly. He thinks slowly too. Shadow is a shape. He thinks. It is dark. It moves when I move. Shade is a place. He thinks. It is cool. It helps me rest. Lucas repeats in his mind. Shadow, dark shape, shade, cool place. He feels happy because he understands. The afternoon sun. After coffee, Lucas leaves the cafe. It is afternoon now. The sun is still strong. The sky is still blue. Lucas walks home. On the way, he sees many things. He sees a bicycle. The bicycle has a shadow. He sees a cat sleeping in the he sees a cat sleeping in the shade of a car. The cat does not move. The cat is comfortable. Lucas smiles. The cat the cat knows, he said. He says he says the shade is better. Then a small park. Lucas arrives at a small park. The park is green. There are many trees. Children are playing. They run in the sun. They run into the shade. They laugh. Lucas sits on the grass. He sits in the shade of a tree. He looks at the leaves. The leaves move with the wind. The shadows move on the ground. The shadows dance. Lucas feels calm. Late afternoon. The afternoon passes. The sun starts to go down. Now the shadows are long again. Very long. Lucas stands up. His shadow is tall and thin. He walks. The shadow walks too. This is my shadow again, he says. The air is cooler now. The heat is softer. The shade is still there, but now the sun is gentle. The golden hour. The sky changes color. It becomes orange and pink. The town looks beautiful. Lucas walks slowly. He looks at the houses. Each house makes a shadow. Each tree makes a shadow. The shadows are peaceful now. Lucas feels peaceful too. Going home. Lucas arrives home. He opens the door. Inside the house, there is no sun. There is no shadow. He turns on the light. Now there are shadows again. His lamp makes a shadow on the wall. His chair makes a shadow. Lucas laughs softly. Shadow again, he says. A simple, a simple understanding. Lucas sits on his bed. He thinks about the day. He learned something simple but important. A shadow is a dark shape. A shade is a cool place. The sun makes both, but they are different. Lucas feels satisfied. The end of the day. Lucas turns off the light. The room becomes dark. He lies down. He closes his eyes. Outside, the moon rises softly. Light enters the window. There is a small shadow on the wall. Lucas smiles one last time. Good night, shadow, he says. Good night, shade, and he sleeps peacefully. Wow, that's a good story about shadow and shade. Tell me in the comments what do you think the most important part of this story. I'm curious about your comments. See you in the next episode. Stay safe, stay secure, stay in peace. Bye bye.